Hey there, it's Jane. Hi, you guys. Jane from Surface Anthology and Chalk Mercantile. I hope you're all doing well. A little bit of housekeeping for local people. Chalk Mercantile is not going to be open tomorrow because we're getting a nor'easter and our building flooded last time and I just don't want to be there. I may drive down and supervise, but it was so dramatic, the last flood. I'm gonna try to avoid being there if that happens. Anyway, our normal hours are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, noon to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 1. So hopefully everything will be fine on Wednesday, and I'll see you guys there. What I want to do today is I want to show you how I'm going to finish, meaning wax this little gallery wall. I tried to get my camera far away again, but here it is. I just love it, but I want to tone down just a bit this white. And when you get a piece to this point, I lived with it for a few days. I really love it. This is just too white for me. So as you can see, let me hold it up. And I'm loving the kind of gray of the cameos with the gold. So I think I'm going to use this gray as my inspiration for a finish. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to do a slip coat of clear wax. This is Miss Mustard Seeds clear wax, which I love. I don't use it a lot when I'm doing lives, but I do love it and I do use it, as you can see. And then I'm gonna do a mix of Miss Mustard Seeds zinc wax with the clear wax over that. And I might pull some off. We'll see how it looks. But this zinc wax is just a gorgeous color and it's not brown. I don't want to do any brown on this at all. So the way I do this is I have a piece of cardboard as my palette and I just use a tongue depressor and I just scoop out some of this clear wax. And this is a really silky, beautiful wax. And I'm using a kind of glorified chip brush for this. And when I do any effects with colored waxes, this is what I always use. I don't use my big monstrous round wax brush, and you'll see why. So all we do with this slip coat is we just apply this, just brush it on. And the Miss Mustard Seed wax is really beautiful. You don't need to kind of go in and wipe it off once you get it down. Now I'm going around all of the little cameos. I'm not going to actually wax those. So you see how fast this is? I'm just applying a thin kind of veil of clear wax. All right, now, and I'm just going to get in here around this. Now for the mix that I'm going to do, I'm going to take my tongue depressor, my palette with my clear wax, and I'm just going to scoop out some of this zinc wax. I'm going to start with a little bit. You can always add more. And actually, I'm not going to use my brush to mix it. I'm going to use the tongue depressor. And you do, if you're not familiar with using your own kind of made-up colors with wax, you need to test it. You know, on an inconspicuous area or a little board painted in the color. This is still a little bit light, so I'm going to add a little more. And I'm going to get it off with my brush. I didn't bring over enough tongue depressors. And I'm just going to mix that in. And this wax really is beautiful. It's like butter. And if I do this and I go, oh, it still is too white, I can do another coat. So there's my mixture. I'm just going to wipe off my hands here. And then just dip the glorified chip brush, and you just brush this on. And hopefully you can see. I'll do part of a side here and show you. So you see what that's doing. It's very subtle, but it's going to knock down the kind of newness and brightness of this white paint. And but it still reads as white. I'm not looking at this going, oh, it's gray. No, it still reads as white, which is what I want. And you don't need to apply a lot. We're just knocking this down. And if this brush, if you're kind of, squeezing in, you can use like a natural bristle artist brush to do this too, which would work really well. And I got a little bit right around this little cameo. And you can go right over the gold leaf with wax and buff it, and it will look really beautiful if you want to seal it. But that's it, you guys. Let me hold this up. How easy and quick is that? Right? And it just gives a kind of variation, a little more depth, a little more complexity. And if there's any little areas like, this bright white under there, which I kind of like, I like for it to be irregular, but you could go back in with your brush and just touch it up and get this beautiful, beautiful effect. This works really, really well on furniture. The important thing is that you apply that slip coat of clear wax first. I know that's slightly controversial. Some people say you don't need to do that. I always do it. I just know that I have that insurance that if I don't like the colored wax that I put on top, I could wipe it right off, or if it's even dry, remember with the slip coat, and then I put on a colored wax and it's dry, I can actually take a rag, dip it in clear wax, and reactivate the colored wax and lift it right off. And that's why I do it. So here, that was your quick lesson on how I seal a piece like this and also affect the color. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Any questions, be sure to ask me. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and by the way, join our group, The Painted Cottage. We are doing a bunch of decorative painters, and I are doing a series of workshops called Winter Wonderland, but you have to be in the Painted Cottage Facebook group to participate in those. You also are going to be, when you enter, if you give us your email, We need an email list for all of us because we're all going to have prizes. So if you're interested in being eligible to get one of those prizes, be sure to pop your email in there. All right, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.